All right. What's good? What's good?
What up, yo?
Y'all glowing right now. Y'all glowing right now.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Bro got a crispy cut. Sis glowing. Like, what's happening?
What's up?
That's that Miami Cali look.
We feeling ourselves right now, bro. That's all.
I'm feeling myself.
As you should. That's right. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the sit down with the Truth is Told, the real stories unfold, and the truth is told. Excuse me. Where the truth is told, the real stories unfold. This is your brother Malik with my brother Oran, my sister CDL. We had to take a time off for a minute to take care of a few things. We're back. Understand? We hope that you like, today's show. And I'm just glad to be back with y'all, man. My bro is excited. Sister's glowing. She ain't stopped smiling since 6 o'clock. She been smiling since 6 o'clock. All right. And we just glad to be back with y'all, man. So what's happening? How y'all been, man?
Everything good over here, just working on my book. And so I can get it out so I can, start on this movie. And
yes. We can't wait to read it as well. Shit. How y'all doing out there? What's good? What's good?
J-Band here. Roland, King Roll here. He's over on the Facebook side.
Peace to everybody that's tuning in. Peace to everybody that's tuning in. All the new guests, all the regulars. Peace to everybody.
He said, King Roll said, love to see my people back.
Yes, sir. Right back at you. Thank you, bro.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So we got a couple of,
What's good?
Hey, man, I'm ready to come to Miami for a few, man. You know what I mean? And swing the Cali, man. Y'all looking like y'all glowing, bro. What's happening? What y'all been drinking and eating?
Water.
What you drink?
Something I don't drink much of. I say
I got a little bit of wine right here.
Listen, man. Listen, that's that Miami life, bro. That's that Florida life, bro. I'm not mad at you.
Good life.
I'm not mad at you, bro. CDL, what's happening?
What's up, man? I just try to moderate this noise. There's some people next door every day at the same time. They got one of them loud mufflers, and I'm trying to moderate if I need to mute me or not because they're loud. It like rattles my whole house. It's crazy.
I mean, I can't hear it on my end.
Okay, good.
So you good on this end.
Okay, good.
So yeah, everybody. So once again, thank you for tuning into the sit down with the Truth is Told, the real stories unfold. This is your brother Malik, your brother Oran, your sister CDL. We added a couple of new components to the show that we hope y'all like. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna give off the titles or tell you what it's about. I just want you to pay attention, tune in, sit back, relax, get you some cold water, whatever snack you want to snack on, kick your feet up, and share with the family because we back in the building. We back on deck. Understand? Where the truth is told, real stories unfold. We definitely miss y'all because for the last almost 3 weeks, we've been discussing, and we haven't been on 3 weeks, but for the last 3 weeks, we've been discussing ways to elevate the show, ways to bring up the show, ways to enhance the show, because one thing we don't want to do is be stagnant, because that's not who we are as individuals. We're not stagnant individuals, and we don't want to be a stagnant team delivering a stagnant, redundant message. Because again, the sit down is where the truth is told and real stories unfold. So let me just say one thing real quick, and my passage to my brother, my sister. I want to apologize personally to all the viewers, old and new, right? Because I know there was a time, and I'm still caught up in this matrix. And what I mean by this matrix, I'm talking about the police killings. You understand? And I got caught up. I got raptured. I got enraptured because I stay on CNN, MSNBC, and sports channels. And I got caught up in the George Floyd situation, you understand? And it affected my delivery. It affected my emotions. It affected the topics, you understand? Because it wasn't just George Floyd situation. It was the continuation after George Floyd. It was the lack of justice for the families before George Floyd. So with that being said, we've decided, you understand, to tone down, right, the emotional side of our delivery, because I've cried maybe 3 times while giving you my take on things. You understand? My sister has cried. You understand? My brother has gotten emotional because, again, this sit down is where the truth is told and real stories unfold. So when we say real story, we're talking about real, obviously y'all know what we're talking about. Real events that affect real people. And there's so much going on in the world, and we as the individuals that we are, we can't help but feeling what's going on because we're not hardened. Our hearts are not hardened and scarred to the degree where what goes on outside our home doesn't affect us. If it affects one, it affects us. If it affects 2, it affects us. If it affects multiple, it affects us. So we don't care what the numbers are. We just bothered, period. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to my brother and my sister. They got to say real quick. And then we're going to jump into these topics and get the show going.
DM, Ms. Ames, yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. I just want to piggyback right quick off of what my brother said. Over these past few months, actually these past few years, from everything we've been seeing in the news, we've been digesting it. And my wife said to me a few days ago, and I've heard the saying, I know the saying, what you consume is what you become. And there's been a congruence of events over the past couple of years that has shaped and informed my attitude as well as my opinion. And I have allowed that to slip into areas of my life, and especially when it comes to the sit down, in regards to our articulation and our delivery of news and what's real. It's all real. But, we had become, or at least I had become at one point, so one way and so hardened and just angry and upset. But, we took this time together. We spoke, we talked, we laughed. You understand what I'm saying? And we coming back. Hopefully, you guys love this new us. It's the same show, but the new us, what we're bringing to the table. Because when you seeing negatives and dealing with death all day and seeing what's happening in the world, especially with our people, it not only becomes disheartening, but it affects every area of your life if you care at all about anything. So I'm glad that we're here. We worked it out, and you know what I mean? What's good, yo? It's the sit down. What up, CDL?
One thing that I love about the sit down is we don't all think alike. We think alike, but we don't. Right? And So like Danielle said, there's nothing wrong with the emotion, and I agree. There's nothing wrong with us being emotional, because part of the sit down is because we're human, right? We're not putting up a facade. We're authentic as we can be, because that's just who we are. But it's not what you do, is how you do it. It's basically what we're saying. You know what I mean? And I'm and it doesn't mean that we're not going to talk about those topics. Because we are. Matter of fact, we'll be talking about one tonight. But it's not what we do, is how we do it. And that's just where we're at. How you doing, Jessica? So we, and it's funny because a lot of our viewers have hit me up since we've been on our little hiatus, our little revamping, and and the ones who do support us, no matter what way we come, nothing but love to y'all. However, we're on a social media platform, so there'll be more than just our main 15 people viewing us, and we have to take all people into consideration. And we're also clear that we're not going to reach everybody, and not everyone is for us. I'm clear that my message isn't for everyone, even on a personal level, even as a therapist, even as a recovering addict. My message is not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. However, that doesn't mean that we need to conduct ourselves in a way to alienate people either. So we're going to stay. And how you doing, Trayvon? What's up, Crystal? I'm trying to acknowledge the people on Facebook too, because they get kind of left out. So I have two systems going right now, so I can see everybody.
Talk about it.
So we're going to continue to be us unapologetically, continue to be us authentically, but we're just going to have a different kind of format. That's pretty much it, because it does get monotonous and tiresome, and your wife is totally correct, Oran. We are what we consume, and we are going to continue to consume a lot of these things because they continue to happen. However, there's other things that we consume as well. We need to not ignore that. There's a positive in every negative, and so just as much as there's negative things going on in the world and in our lives and around us, there's a lot of positive too. So that's why we need to talk about those as well.
That's right.
Hope all that made sense.
That's right.
And I'm glad. Like, I'm extremely glad that you mentioned the positives. You understand? Because we have, I have this is the book of topics for the sit down, right? Short but filled with stuff, topics. And unfortunately, I would say 97% of the things I want to broach on the sit down and bring to the community, our community of listeners, is negativity. You know what I mean? So now I gotta tweak this thing a little bit, you understand? And I gotta go searching for the positive. And it's out there. It's out there. But like the brother Oran wife said, you understand, like the sister Janelle said, you are what you consume. And my aunt told me that's like my aunt digged the show, and she digged the show. She's 76, and she digged the show because of CDL. Right? This is what she told me. Right? So with that being said, she knows, like, this is like my mother's baby sister, but she's like my second mother. My mom's passed away June 2013 from stage 3 breast and stage 4 brain cancer. However, this particular aunt been like my second mama all my life. She told me what Oran's wife told him in a different way. And she didn't say you are what you consume. She told me you need to leave CNN and MSNBC alone for a little while, because I can see it's consuming you and it's getting you emotional. Because she watches and pays attention to what's going on in the community as well. And I find myself constantly talking to her about what's in the news, the latest news, and I talk to her every day. And I had to check myself when she said that, because I was like, damn, what was my topics, you understand, doing to her spirit and her soul? You understand, how was it affecting her? I didn't take that into consideration because she's an intellectual like CDL is. And I didn't take that into consideration until she said it. And I was like, damn, And I fell back from the media, from the news for a minute, but not for long. But I need to know what's going on around me. I need to know what Fox News is talking about. I need to know what CNN, MSNBC is talking about. I need to know what New World talking about. I need to know what these people are talking about. You understand? Because there was a time when they said, if you want to put information, if you want to hide information from black people, put it in a book. Now they done remixed it, and they got it to a point where it's on TV. It's in your face. And if you can't read between the lines and catch them catchphrases and them code words that they use, then you be in the dark. So with that being said, like the sister said, it's not what you do, it's how you do what you do. So with that being said, Ron, what's good, bro?
Hey, family, it's on you. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about.
Hey, go ahead.
What's up, sis?
I was gonna say, before we even get started, I want the viewers to know that we've also decided we're gonna have like a book of the month. And so what we would like to see happen is we will choose a book once a month. Hopefully all who are viewing can obtain this book. And then we'll all read it together and discuss it at the end of the month and have questions. So we already picked the book of the month. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up so that we all know.
Let me see what you think.
The book is the book of the month, State of Emergency by Tamika Mallory. So
oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Right. So
what's her name? What's her name?
Tamika Mallory.
Oh gosh. I got a crush on her, but she my daughter age. I gotta stay back, bro.
So this is the book of the month for this month. Someone's gonna have to keep track of what day it is because we need to remember when we started it because I'll forget.
24th.
Yeah,
okay, so
I got it.
We're just asking all of our viewers to please share this. We ask that you all take the time to either purchase the book or find some way to obtain the book and read it. So at the end of the month, the 25th of next month, we're going to discuss the book. This is a powerful book.
Hey, so one of the viewers asked, Danielle asked this: can we study the people's history of the United States in parts? And this is a big book, and I think that we'll do that after this book. We'll do that because there's so many parts and so many subjects as far as history. We can do that. So I think that that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think we could do that as the next book, but for today's purposes, we're asking everyone, our viewers, to pick up this book, try to obtain the book some way, and read the book. And let's support this sister. She is the voice of this generation. She is the voice of our people. She goes hard. Her and the brother, my son, goes hard. They're on the front lines of every issue. They're out in these streets. They're in these communities. They're on these shows, and they're talking real talk. They're telling the truth as you know it, as we know it, and as we speak it here on the sit down. So please, if you get a chance, pick up State of Emergency by Tamika Mallory, and we will discuss the book next month on the 25th of June.
Also, and hey, have an open mind too, because I'm not a Tamika Mallory fan, but I'm going to still consider reading that book because I am a believer of truth. One of the things, our title is that, where the truth is told and real stories unfold. And so someone said it's only $15 on Amazon. That's good. And I think it's important that even if it's something that, in order for the change to occur, we have to be open-minded. And so even if I don't agree with an individual, that doesn't mean I shouldn't have knowledge. It's kind of like saying I don't like strawberries but never tried one. So I can have my, explicit biases, but if I don't have the full story, then I don't have a right to keep pushing that. And that's one of the changes of the sit down, right? Generally, I would have been like, nah, I'm cool on Tamika Mallory. But because this is about truth and it's about having knowledge, and like Malik said, the way to keep information from someone is to put it in a book. It's important that
that's what the white folks said. That's what they said back in the day.
Absolutely. I just didn't say it that way because I'm trying to be the new me. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we're gonna work on it. So I'm gonna be open-minded and open that book, right? So I encourage you to do the same.
Please do. Malik, what's good? What's good with you? What are we talking about? Don't you got sports?
Listen. I got sports and I got sports, bro. And this is crazy right now, man. What's going on in the sports world? Well, I'm gonna start off right now with what's going on in the NFL with my boy AR-12, aka that dude, aka AR-12, the third, aka Aaron Rodgers, the #1 quarterback in the Green Bay Packers, who's being treated like Tridash right now. And he felt slighted because during the NFL draft 2-3 weeks ago, the Green Bay Packers, their first round pick was a quarterback. But they got Aaron Rodgers' backup quarterback there, and they got a third string quarterback. So for those that don't know football vernacular, the starter is the starter. He's called the first string. The second string is the backup. So when he seen them draft another quarterback, he was like, whoa, hold on. And he felt slighted, so he asked for a trade, but Green Bay is not trying to trade him. You know what I mean? So right now, ESPN, the sports world, trying to figure out where is he going. You know what I mean? Is he going to Chicago? Is he going to Tampa Bay? I mean, to North Carolina. You understand? Like everybody's trying to figure out where he's going. And then you got your boy Julio Jones, 11-year veteran, wide receiver in Atlanta, the Falcons. He wants to get traded.
Please go to the Giants.
Go to the Giants, baby boy. We don't need no quarterback.
Come to the Giants.
Come on, Julio.
Come
on, Julio. Man. Hey, Julio, if you come to New York, come to the Giants, bro. I got a Jaguar for you, bro. I got a Jaguar. This is the key for the Jag. I got a fresh Jag for you right now. Pull up to New York. I got a fresh Jag for you. That's my word. Listen.
I know he's probably not, but that's what we can offer.
Jags.
Well, damn it, that's what we can offer him right now if you come down to New York. Julio, New York City. Come on.
Do the right thing, Julio.
Aaron Rodgers, you want out of Green Bay? Listen, I never was a fan of the quarterback that the Giants drafted out of Duke. What's the old boy name? In the first place, our quarterback.
Yeah, James Jones.
Yeah, Aaron, come to New York, right? Talk to Julio Jones. Y'all both come on down to New York. Myself, Malik, and CDL. You know you're there. We'll make a special trip to New York, and we will take you both.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We're gonna take you to McDonald's, man.
Listen,
we're gonna take you to McDonald's.
Listen,
cheeseburger and some fries.
And I know all the scrippers. I know all the lit script joints in that city.
Know the scrippers?
Pull up scrippers. They're not stripping. They're scrippting.
They're scripping.
Yeah, they're scrippting.
That's the
you know what I mean? But it's crazy right now because I don't like what's going on in the NBA this season. They started this new thing because of COVID with the bubble. You know what I mean? Most teams, a majority of the teams played in one arena, which was called the bubble. It was isolated. You understand? It was fumigated. It was sterilized and everything else. And once they did that, once you were in, you ain't going nowhere, champ. You had dudes from the NBA preseason sneaking out of their hotels. I mean, out of the bubble area, and they going to get this and that, and they sneaking their girlfriends there, and they sneaking in some cookie, and these dudes getting busted, and it wasn't a good look for them. You understand? So now they tweaked it a little bit, and they added another component to the playoffs called the play-in. So for those of you listening, if you're aware of the play-in, leave a comment. I'm not a fan of the play-in. So the play-in is this. From the 9th seed on down to the 10th seed, you got to play. The 9th will play the 10th seed in the East and the West, and whoever wins, they will play the loser of the 7th, 8th seed, and that would get you into the playoffs. And it's corny to me. I mean, it gives teams extra playoff, potential. It gives teams an opportunity to continue to spread their wings. The only thing I like about it is it gives players that have been overshadowed, bench players, role players, it gives them an opportunity to get some shine. Other than that, the play-in and the NBA is whack to me. It's really whack. I'm really not digging it, you know. And right now, unfortunately, the Golden State Warriors, they in the play-in. They lose. I think they lose the next game. They're done. They won't even make it to the playoffs, huh?
No, this is the playoffs, Malik.
But I'm saying the Golden State Warriors, right? They had a play-in situation. Whoever loses in the playoffs, see, right now, the team that's in the playoffs that started the first round, they're in already. You know what I mean? They're in. So the play-in situation, it was done as of 2 days ago. But I'm just saying that whole play-in situation, they added that to the playoffs. You understand? And a week before the play-in started, LeBron James was interviewed, and they asked him not even about the play-in, but in a roundabout, indirect way, they got him to comment about the play-in. And he said, man, I don't like it. And they beeped him. They bleeped him out because he was cursing. And then he said, whoever came with that idea should be fired. Now, I don't know if it was the NBA commissioner, NBA brass, meaning the owners, to stretch that money because of COVID. They wasn't getting a lot of money. Arenas wasn't making no money with sales, merchandise, food, alcohol, or tickets. Until maybe, I think about 3 or 4 days ago, a week or so ago, they letting the limited amount of fans in. Like the New York Knicks and Madison Square Garden, they had the most. The other day, they had 15,000.
Look, Tierra said, "Oh, sport."
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I'm with you, Jay, man. I'm anti-sports. All I heard is womp, womp, womp.
Well, listen, but
there's some people in here that like it.
Well, hey, listen, this is for my sports fans. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, for all the sports fans tuning in, that's not like CDL, a sports hater. All right, if you ain't no sports hater,
is a sports
you
hater.
understand? If you ain't if you tuning in and you're not a sports hater, excuse me. If you're tuning in, excuse me. If you're tuning in and you're not a sports hater, drop a comment on who you think is going to win in the NBA Finals in the East or the West. You understand? Who you think is going to make? You know, who's going to take it all?
Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 7 against 7. Again, that's a fact.
Okay, I'm gonna defend myself because this is a sit down and we get to have conversations about this. This is just CDL. This is nothing against sports. Like because I don't like the actual sport. Matter of fact, when I was young, I wanted to play football, but they wouldn't let me. Right? I was into softball. I played basketball, so it's not like I don't like the sport. I am a social worker and I'm a sociologist. I'm a community activist. So that part of me is anti-sports.
Knicks.
Focus, Danielson. So you guys are not hearing me. Y'all not hearing nothing I'm saying. So look, the truth is this. I have an issue with people getting paid this kind of money to dribble a ball, throw a ball, kick a ball, and there's this many people homeless in our country. So on the sociological, I'm just bringing another perspective as a sociologist and a social worker who does nothing but study this stuff. And I look at all the disparities in our community. I have a hard time supporting those ventures. Now, if my son was in the NBA, of course, I'm gonna be there, right? I would have no choice. But I won't personally support it. I will not personally support
if my son was in the NBA, I'll support him because he's got $100 million contract. But right now, he's not in the NBA. So
my son knows I would never ask him for
issues. I feel away. These men are getting paid all this money.
They even said, see, the women understand. The women are like, they're not hearing nothing you said, CDL. You feel me?
Well, listen, look, what I hear right now is from Charlie Brown. I hear Charlie Brown.
I understand that. But you know, my thing, I mean, you can't discount completely what I'm saying either, though. These people get paid. You know what I mean? Because we have people, we can't even get money for organizations.
Tiara, we heard her, and we understand exactly what she's saying. Tiara, Miss Woodley, we understand. We hear our sister. We understand she's not a sport fan. We understand how she feels about the social aspect of it. You know, men running up and down the court, getting hundreds of $1 millions, dribbling the ball and putting it in the hoop. When you got homelessness, people in jail, this, that, and the other. We get it. We hear. We understand. We love it. That's why we have difference of opinion. But myself, Malik, and the men out there, come on, man, drop them comments.
Drop in. So again, don't be scared. She's not in front of you. Don't be scared to comment and go against her. She's in Cali.
Yeah, because that's what because Tiara just said her husband is all ears. Well, where you at, brother? Speak up, man.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
But yeah, I just wanted to put that in there because there is some people who feel like I feel, you know. It's not that.
I just want to comment right quick. A couple of minutes ago, I said about Aaron Rodgers and Julio come on down. Us three will meet you in New York, and I'll take them to McDonald's. Y'all know that was just a joke. But what we will do if you come on down to New York,
and he definitely ain't getting this. He definitely ain't getting this Jaguar.
Right, and play. We will take you to the restaurant of your choice. That's how bad we want you. Come to New York. Help us get back to our glory days. What else you got for sports, Malik? You good?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. This is just a sad situation right now, man. You understand? But other than that, man, you know, the Knicks is in it. That's all that matters to me.
All that matters to me.
We ain't been in it since 2013, Jack.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you guys want to laugh? The last time I was into sports was in the 80s, and I was a Michael Jordan. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. So, like, that was the last time I was into sports. Since then, my son's a Golden State Warrior fanatic, and
as soon as you said the 80s, I automatically knew it was Michael Jordan and not football. It was basketball with Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So me and you, we would have been enemies back then. Me and my wife, me and my ex-wife, man, listen, me and my ex-wife, we would, let me just tell you a story real quick. 30 seconds, right? So, Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks in the playoffs, they bust the Knicks' ass. I'm so mad. I was like, I'll bust your ass, though. I bet you I'll bust your ass. I took my wife outside on the basketball court and I bust her down because I was upset because her Chicago Bulls won and she taunted me and she called it. And I was ducking on the left and right.
Just for old time's sake. I'm going to taunt you now. Just for old time's sake. I'm taunting you now.
Yeah, whatever.
Chicago Bulls.
All right, well, let's move it right on along. She's going to taunt.
One more sports thing, though. I am a USC fan, but it's not because of sports.
Yeah, that's your college. That's your alma mater.
And people always say, well, USC sucks. I'm like, dude, I've earned my seat at the alumni table.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's an absolute fact.
I like them because that's who I am, you know?
That's an absolute fact.
That's right.
I don't care. That's an absolute. You definitely put that work in for that. That's a fact.
That's right.
That's the only thing I got to say about sports. USC.
I got you.
All right, so we're gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna handle the entertainment piece today. That's gonna be implemented in every show. Malik's gonna do the sports. I'm gonna do the entertainment. I want to give a shout out. You do the chaos. I want to give a shout out to an RIP. You know, we lost a great one last week. The great Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney was an American comedian, writer, television and film actor, best known as a writer for the great Richard Pryor. And Paul Mooney never wanted to shy away from any issues concerning African Americans. He was unbridled, unafraid, unapologetic, and in his own words, I mean, you know, just he never missed words. That's the one thing I loved about Paul Mooney. He was the quintessential definition of 365 Black. Shout out, salute, RIP to the great Mr. Paul Mooney. In other news, celebrity news, has anybody heard that Safari, formerly of Nicki Minaj, himself and his wife Erica Mena is getting a divorce? Anybody heard that?
Hey, let me just hold on for a second. Hold on.
And then I'm asking, does anybody care?
Hold on. This is now. When I found out, I remember when he was messing with Nicki Minaj and he got chased around and Bed-Stuy broken. You understand? Trying to stunt like he was about that action, about that life in that neighborhood, and he wasn't. And he got clowned and he got put on blast with his own video and everything. I don't got a problem with the homie. I really don't care to anything about him. But When I found out that these two were dating and they were engaged and they got married, I gave them 30 days, bro. Me personally, I gave their marriage, and let's be clear, I'm pro black love, I'm pro marriage. I haven't been somebody's boyfriend since I was 18 years old. Been married over was 25 years at the time of my divorce in 2017.
He said he corny, but he cute.
But thank you, sis. I hope that's a sister. But
she was talking about Safari.
Cool. Hey, but the thing is this, right? It looked to me, and this is no shot at Erica Miller, you understand? Get yours how you did it, but I'm against jumping from celebrity to celebrity. But for the women, that's jumping from male celebrity to male celebrity, and you so-called getting married, or you're getting married, and it's done in 90 days, 6 months, like. And this is not just entertainment. This is not just entertainment.
Say about that. Go ahead, sis. What's on your mind?
My thing, listen, no. No, I didn't say just women. I said Erica Mena, shorty.
No, you said Erica Mena. You said I don't think it's right for women to go from celebrity to celebrity or man to man.
Let me rephrase that. I was referring to real shit. Real talk. I was referring to Erica Mena because this is not the first time, and you can Google her, listeners. Everybody listening can Google Erica Mena past relationships in the last 7 years. Right?
Hold on a second. Let me pause both of y'all.
Did you read that?
Tiara, hold on a second. No, see, first of all, Tiara, let's get an understanding here, Miss Lady.
She didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
Yes, this is the news. And we're not talking about ratchet TV. This is celebrity news, which we're going to be talking about on every show, about celebrities, the people that millions and millions of you watch, from the Kardashians and all, to model your lives around them and think they were the creators of the styles that they have. So this is the entertainment piece. No, we're not talking about ratchet television as if we care. I say Safari is getting divorced. And my follow comment was, does anyone care? Moving along. Okay.
Now,
she said I'm on timeout. She said you don't put her in timeout. She in punishment.
Malik, hold on. Let's move on.
Yes, sir.
We've passed Safari.
Yes, sir.
Because this is celebrity news. We're going to be talking about stuff, and we love your engagement. And no, you're not on punishment, sweetheart. Stop it. Well, we say this is celebrity news. We're going to do the sports. I'm going to do celebrity news, and then CDL going to get it in, and then we're going to get it in. So, no, I'm moving on along. Sydney
CDL,
Chase.
you're lucky. I was going to blow her head off.
Sydney Chase, this is a woman that is in, I guess, and has some kind of entanglement or situation with our old boy Tristan Thompson. She hired famed attorney Gloria Allred. And Gloria Allred, to me, she is the queen of clout chasers. And I want to know if she even a real attorney. And this woman is alleging that Tristan Thompson, her and her had an affair. I believe this is the one said they had a baby. DNS test shows he's not the baby daddy. But, of course, she wanted to put it out there. I slept with him. I did this, that, and other. And what I want to know is, anybody seen any text messages, phone records, video of them out on a date, leaving a hotel together, or anything? What we need here at the sit down is proof. We need receipts before I'm talking about I fully weigh on this topic. Now, one of the easiest ways to come up nowadays is through dating a rapper or having a kid with a rapper, an athlete, or an actor. So celebrities, this is for male and female, celebs. Condoms are a good thing, okay? It's okay to use a condom. Matter of fact, if you want to save your life and prevent heartaches and headaches down the road with these men or these women, wear a condom. because it's a great thing.
True story.
Masks nowadays are acceptable. So try wearing a ski mask if you're out there double dipping on your girlfriend or your man or your husband or your wife. Don't leave any kind of digital footprints. Then what I mean by text messages, emails. Stop telling about texting her or him, I love you, sending an email. That's a digital footprint if you want to avoid the nonsense. And remember, cameras are everywhere. Paparazzi's whole entire job is to catch you anywhere, anytime, especially if you are slipping. So I send that out for Tristan. I send that out for every artist and every rapper, every actor or actress. Okay, wear a condom. Don't leave digital footprints. Hey, you can wear masks nowadays. You know that out in public. Hide your face. Put on a ski mask. Don't get caught slipping. Okay. And
I don't know.
Lastly, play the video, sis. Play the video. We'll let the video set itself up.
All right, hold on. Let me get that situated. I want to apologize too. I don't know. My whole computer kicked me out. I don't even know how I got back in. I don't know how y'all kept going, but hey, glad it worked out. Yeah, that's crazy.
You said wear a mask?
Wear a mask or a ski mask. If you're gonna be out there double dipping, mask is legal nowadays. Throw on a mask or ski. That's if you're double dipping or wear a condom. Just don't be texting us in the email. Sis, set it up.
Hey, how come I can't see the chat? Never mind. I don't even care right now.
Let me tell y'all something. Leave Kwame Brown alone. I don't know if y'all know, but you could do a little research. Kwame Brown was born in Charleston, South Carolina. I don't think I've ever met Kwame, but I know a lot of his family. His family lived in Mounts Corner, South Carolina. His father's name was Willie Brown. I don't know how many kids Willie Brown had. I don't know how many siblings Kwame Brown got, but I went to school with his sister, and I went to school with one of his brothers. Let me tell y'all something. Kwame's father in the 90s, I remember this story. He beat a woman with an axe handle. It was his girlfriend. And the rumor was he buried her alive. What? He buried her in the area that I grew up in, if I remember correctly. I've been trying to call my dad since yesterday to confirm the whole story because I literally forgot about this until yesterday. But the woman died and he got arrested. If he's still alive, he's in prison for life because he got caught because he left South Carolina after the murder and came back for his paycheck. Let me tell you something else. His other brother, I don't know if him and Kwame were close, but his other brother shot his baby mama several times and then killed himself. That was like in 08.
Shit getting out of hand,
his other brother, Kwame's other brother, just went to jail for murder like 3 years ago. All of this you can Google. I'm saying all that to say, leave Kwame alone. That man has been quiet for 20 years. He don't bother nobody. Clearly all that, all that he's a bust stuff gets to him, and you don't know what people are going through or have been through, but I've seen folks snap for less, and it looks like, Kwame is snapping. And if you look at the history of men in his family, you would know his men in his family have a history of snapping. Leave Kwame.
Okay, so
what's crazy? It's crazy she made that clip just now.
Hold on. Do you have part two?
I do, but I didn't know if you wanted to interject your ideas before two.
No, I want to go to part two, and then we'll discuss because we need to move this along.
Okay.
I didn't even think about when I spoke on, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can't apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person or think we know about a person, we default to that. And that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light. Okay, that black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard, Charlemagne the God, McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard, Larry, whatever you want to call me from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved a goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve, and 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective, okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since I unintentionally caused trauma, I have to be intentional about causing healing. I'm not about to sit around and have beef with another black man for nothing. Trust me, as y'all know, I have a lot of real enemies who are gunning for me every day. Kwame Brown is not going to be one of them, okay? I totally understand why Kwame Brown was upset at me. I went low. That wasn't my intention. But in hindsight, it was low. And Kwame took it to the floor with me. And y'all be online so excited, ready to see black people go back and forth and tear each other down. I'm not doing
Okay. I want to make this brief and quick, and then my brother, my sister can chime in, and the viewers can chime in as well. Well, Charlemagne is famous for saying, keep that same energy. In the first part of it, he spoke about, if you're not familiar with the former NBA player, Kwame Brown, he's been going in on sportscasters, newscasters, as well as former teammates in the NBA. This brother is speaking his truth. He's speaking based on everything I researched, everything I know. He's speaking facts and truth. Is oftentimes when you speak, I always say the power is in the truth, and not truth to power. The power is in the truth. I often say that when you tell the truth about something, it stirs emotions and feelings, and sometimes demons in people that they're not really ready to face and deal with. And what they do is offer a rebuttal. They push back and try to find all the reason for you're the bad man or the bad woman or the bad guy. So this brother Kwame Brown has been getting at the NBA and its players hard. Charlemagne in turn came out, initially spoke against the brother. He spoke about personal family issues with Kwame, from his father to his brother, and which, I believe after he had talks with people and Kwame clapped back, he thought about it. And this is the energy that we need, because as men and women, I'm not talking about male and female or boys and girls, because you have a penis or vagina, that only makes you a male and female by gender. It does not make you a man, but it does not make you a woman. A man and a woman matures and we elevate. You understand what I'm saying? And we know when we can look back and say, hold on a second, I was wrong. And with that same energy, Charlemagne, and I respect his veracity, his truth in the beginning as well as the end, but more so the end, he was man enough to come back, look at the whole situation, his part in what he said, he apologized. So fellas, brothers, sisters, men, women, never be afraid to, if face in the face of truth, if you actually realize that you were wrong or you had a part in the situation, it doesn't diminish you and make you a little person or a little dude. If you apologize and you come back and say, something, I was wrong, it actually makes you bigger. So Charlemagne, the God, okay, of the Breakfast Club, salute. That was some grown man shit. I had to get it in.
What I was thinking?
That was a big boy move, man. So salute to Charlemagne on that.
I was thinking the whole time I was watching it is when we first started to sit down, we were all clowning. You guys were telling me I was the female version of Charlemagne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Right. You
y'all
are.
were telling me I was the female version because I talk all
You
that
are.
crap.
You are. But you speak. The one
But I
thing.
think before I speak.
No. You think before you speak. But the one thing I believe that endeared myself and Malik to you, and especially after we talk, is your truth and that you're raw and that you come from a place of authenticity and just real, just the realness. Something that myself and my brother been through, and we just bond and mess so good. So when we were talking about Charlemagne, you remind us of him because not only are you articulate, of course, and smart, and got those degrees from USC and can speak about some stuff. Okay, we know that CDL, and this is what we chose to call you CDL, is that we know that with you, you make us better. With us, we help you to get better. And together we shine. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
salute to you, sis. Hey, listen, you our CDL, but God damn it, you are Charlemagne too. Oh God,
But you know what though? What's so beautiful about that? This is one thing I love. And this is you know what? This wasn't going to be the topic. This is going to be one of the topics though. Accountability, right? And I hate that word because in some other platforms they're using it too much. But I love the fact that we can hold each other accountable and still be okay, right? Because that's what real, I ain't gonna say it, individuals. Hey, I didn't curse. Aren't you proud of me? That's what real ones do, right? Like we can pull each other's coattail and be like, yeah, no, that kind of was whack right there, right? And not get offended because we know our intentions are good. We know that no one is out to harm one another. But one of the things I learned from that whole listening to the Charlemagne thing, because when I edited it, I watched it, and yeah, that was kind of grimy. It was grimy what he did. You can talk about some things, but going into the whole family, yeah, that's grimy. But the fact that he came back and took accountability is commendable. Unfortunately, one of the lessons I take from this is something that I live by is you need to be methodical in what you say and do. Right? You got to think before you speak. And that's one of the reasons why we restructured our show is for that reason, because when you get heated or get in a moment, you don't know who you're causing harm to. And our intention is to never cause harm. So, salute to Charlemagne. I can't say the God part, but Charlemagne. I salute the brother as well. I also want to shout out to my twin. I have a twin in here. He is like a male version of me. I saw him earlier. I don't see him now because I got kicked out of the system, but I just want to shout out my twin. So
what's his name?
I just did. What's up, Rabby? Cyborg Rabby? Right. If he's still here, I can't see who's here anymore. But.
Well, on that Charlemagne thing, right? Only as far as I'm never with airing out certain things, and now this is not because I'm mature or because I'm at the age that I am.
Where we come from?
It's just the way me and the brother all around came up, man. From teenagers, you understand, around grown men that was really about that life, man. And unfortunately, they introduced us to it, not directly, not by trying to, hey, man, this is what you do to get money. No, indirectly, you understand. So we knew how to move a certain way and speak a certain way because we was around some grown people that was really about that action and really about that life, man. You understand? Charlemagne, unfortunately, was not. And I realized that about this dude years ago. You understand? Maybe 2013, 2014 sometime. He has a habit, right? And I don't think the brother means any harm. I don't know why certain people take offense to what he say and others don't. It is what it is. But nevertheless, he has a habit of airing out people's business, and it's not just the fact he's airing out. it's the tone of voice he's using. It's the inflection in this conversation, in his words.
Antagonism, yeah.
And it's, there you go. And it seems like you poking a sleeping bear while you putting this out there. You understand? And it seems that there was times that I felt like, damn, somebody gonna pull up to that station and go upside dude there. Not too long after that, Lil Kim had her homies pull up to the station, got it on video, chased them around Midtown Manhattan by Hot 97 Studios, and it's by Houston Street in Manhattan, New York. And I felt bad for the dude when I seen him get it up like that. He just they called his name. He seen three dudes. He just pulled off. One dude wanted to square one-on-one. Just the dude you offended. And you just, you kick rocks. But now, I don't know if that apology was sincere. Only God knows. I appreciate the fact that he put it out there. But in my personal opinion, I just believe that he put it out there because that dude, Kwame Brown, is from his hometown, as he put it, you understand? And that he believes that Kwame Brown is on the verge of possibly breaking because he has his family has a history, the men, his father and his brother, breaking under mental pressure, and somebody losing their life behind that particular person breaking and losing their composure. I don't know if he felt threatened. I don't believe the apology was sincere. I don't.
Well,
I know this. You know what? Sometimes your mouth overrides your ass, and whether it's sincere or not, sometimes apologies are not accepted. The harm has already been done. So, but you have to, regardless if it's sincere or not, to humble yourself to even fake it publicly is a strength in itself. Whether it was out of fear, whether it was out of sincerity, at least he made an attempt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, whether he faked it or not, or whether it was for the cameras or because of
I think it was for the ASS. I think it was because of ASS.
Okay. Well, I believe that personally, Charlemagne.
That dude is different, man.
And this is not the shade, the brother. You and I, myself, and CDL, the three of us actually have the experience that we speak of. We've been in those streets.
Right.
We've been behind those walls. And this is not the shade, or take away from any of his accomplishments. We've been there. So when we speak on something, we're going to speak from fact, and then we're going to back it up, and then we're going to stand on it. Now, if we're wrong, we're man and woman enough to say, something, I apologize from a real place. Now, whether he did this from a position of whether it was corporate, whether it was pressure, Kwame, whether it was him even feeling genuinely bad about what he said or done, whether he was genuine about it or he faked it, as the sister just said, he had the courage and the heart enough at least to, whether he faked it or it was sincere. I choose to think it was sincere. Come on, get on his platform and apologize to the man, okay? And that takes a lot of strength of character.
Because he could have just done that personally.
Right, he could have did that personally and said, look, I'm not apologizing. We stand on something he doesn't. We have those true life real experience. So when we talk about the streets, we're talking about the streets. We're talking about experiences. We're not spitting 16 bars like a lot of these artists are on the record. It sells. It goes platinum. We're telling you facts. Stuff we live this. Do some DNA work, some research on Malik. Do yours. I welcome you to do it on myself and CDL. So we speak on facts. So to close this part of the entertainment out, whether the brother was genuine or not, based on the opinions, brother, I want to shout you out. I'm going to go salute you because at least you took the steps to make it right with that man, and you did apologize for whatever reason. So that's a celebrity news for today. What's good?
No. The only thing I want to end with, and I don't care if it's Charlemagne, that guy, because I'm not gonna call him the guy, but Charlemagne or anybody, just always remember this lesson: don't let your mouth override your ass.
That's a fact.
We know
Period.
That's
say
a
what
fact.
you mean. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and then you don't have to go back and apologize.
Yeah.
True story.
In that order, man. In that order. In that order.
Can we speak? Oh, CDL, you wanted to talk about an issue. What's going on? And talk about it. What's happening in the news?
It's on the screen right now. I just put it on the screen. What, you reading my mind?
Mm-hmm.
Say his name. George Floyd. It's 1 year. I don't want to call it an anniversary because it's not an anniversary.
Right. We ain't
people keep calling it. I don't see no anniversaries here. But today is, we need to acknowledge it's 1 year since the death of George Floyd.
Yes, ma'am.
Today, and so, you guys have heard countless times on how I feel about it. So I'm not going to go into how I feel about it, but I want to encourage the viewers, as well as my brothers, to talk about where are we now. It's been a year.
That's a good question.
Where are we now?
That's a very good question. Well, let me say this real quick. I'm gonna be 30 seconds long, right? Okay, so you got President Joe Biden, right, with the bill, the George Floyd Policing Act, which will make certain things federal. The Republicans is dumping it, right? What I don't like about the bill that the Republicans are focusing on is holding police accountable for their actions, you understand? And taking away that qualified immunity. Because let me say something real quick, I'm gonna end this, man.
Well, do this. No, do this for me. Can you discuss what the bill is? And for those who don't know, what is the bill?
The bill is the things in the bill that are most important, the meat and potatoes of the bill: ban chokeholds, ban no-knock warrants, where they just knock on your door. They don't even knock without they got a warrant, but they're not even knocking on your door, presenting the warrant. They just knock on it. They knock on your door, they're banging around, and they're kicking your door down. That's how what you call got killed. What's your sister's name again? Breonna Taylor. What's her name again?
Breonna Taylor.
That's how she got killed. Wrong house. Right now.
Several people have been killed that way.
Oh, for sure. But hers is mainstream. So they got the no-knock warrants up in there, banning the chokehold, right? Taking away the qualified immunity from the police, right? And what was the four? It was four of them that stood out to me. Four components of the bill.
And this is federally, correct?
And this would make chokeholds a federal crime. You understand? Putting your knee in somebody's neck, a federal crime, civil crime, or federal, right? The no-knock warrant situation, it would get rid of that. You understand? But yes, sir. But the most important part of the bill, to me, is taking away the qualified immunity from police around the country, man. Because two things I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna pass this microphone, man. I don't believe there's one. I got police in my family, man. They know, and they're black because I'm black. They know the history of the police department in America, where it was founded, what country, what state it was founded, and why. You think that these European white males, and I'm talking about European, I'm not talking about white Americans, the majority of the lighter skinned policemen on the force in the United States are not American. They're born in America, but their families migrated to America from these European countries. You understand? And they came here with these racist ideologies and racist opinions. They also know the history of the police department in America. Some of them agree with that ideology still, that they out there catching free slaves for the master, and some don't buy into that ideology.
Right.
But unfortunately,
but go back to the bill for me. So
the qualified immunity. So the qualified immunity part, that's the part the Republicans have a problem with. That's the part of the bill the Republicans want taken out. I don't understand that. I don't know if we remove that, then it makes it easier, or it makes it, you take the burden off the taxpayer for civil suits, and you can sue that department, and you can sue that officer. These cops, they don't have nothing to lose when they kill someone unjustly. When they murder someone unjustly, they have nothing to lose. The law is on their side, because qualified immunity is in every district attorney office around the country. The police have qualified immunity. That's why they don't get charged more often than not. It ain't because it's not on camera. It ain't because the DA don't know about it. It ain't because what you call it? What's the name of the office that investigate cops? Internal Affairs. It ain't because Internal Affairs ain't speaking on it. They have qualified immunity, so it doesn't go no higher than the department. It doesn't leave the department because of qualified immunity. If they get rid of that, then you can sue them. You can tax their pension, and you can sue the department.
Okay, so what is your? So what's frustrating you about the? I know I've done turned this into an interview, but hey, it works for me right now. So what part of the bill or the situation are you having a problem with? The Republicans are trying to fight the immunity part?
The Republicans want the Democrats to take that part out of the bill. And
but that's the meat and potatoes of the bill, and that's why they want it out, because that is the meat and potatoes of the bill. Right. And that's why they want it out. You know, I sat and I was looking at a brother last night. It was an African American officer, it was a sister sitting on the side. I guess they was doing a duet, and the brother was saying, I'm tired. Older gentleman, I'm tired. You know, I'm tired of this, the police that and the police this, and I'm tired of I'm a good cop. Okay, listen, if you're a good cop, you have nothing to worry about. What are you tired of? No one's speaking about you in particular. We're talking about the bad cops that make you look bad. That's like they say, you know, they lump us sometime into a same group. Oh, it was a black guy. It was a black woman, yada, yada, yada. And he was screaming, I'm tired. And there was another officer talking about, it was a Caucasian officer, Marshmallow, talking about, people talking about this with the police and that with the police. Nobody's talking about defund the. First of all, they took the defund the police thing and took it somewhere else. This is about taking money, a lot of the money that y'all have, all these extra cars, extra vests, assault weapons and stuff that you don't really need, and putting it back into the community to help those people. Okay, keep that crime down. So that's a whole nother story. So when I hear officers talking about, I'm speaking to the fact that I'm tired. Where are these good cops? Since you all are good cops, when you see a sister being shot, choked out, bullets flying through her apartment when she sleep, a man being dragged out his car like the brother down in Louisiana 2 years ago. Now their tape surface, and they in the whole. That's what they're saying. Oh, we need police reform. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this in the department. You knew that 2 years ago, until somebody leaked the tape. Because if the tape never got leaked, we'd never be here at this point today. Where are the good officers in those instances? Well, since you're all tired, where are the good officers in that instance when you see what's going on? I saw another video a couple of days ago. Two sisters, a brother and a sister, just standing there while the other 8 Caucasian officers verbally assaulting, physically assaulting, handcuffed the brother for pulling up a gas and get some gas. He said, I'm just getting gas. The witnesses, he's just getting gas. He's not even a suspect, but he's been handcuffed, talking away, and the sister is talking about, y'all step back. Is she one of the good officers? We need you good officers to stop complaining and step up
and go back to accountability.
Cohorts, or in stuff doing this BS and talking about you a good officer.
They need to hold their own people accountability.
Let me tell you about 2 good officers in my family that retired. Let me tell you about a recent retiree, one of my in-laws, right? She worked in New York, in Jamaica, Queens, and I think it was 114, 113 precinct. She's on the force, not even 5 years, not even 8 years at the time. She goes and her and her partner, another black female, and they got the patrol car and they're patrolling the black community. So they go into what's called area called Baisley Projects in Jamaica, Queens. And my in-laws is from that area, right? She sees a couple of dudes that's alleged drug dealers who she knew was people from the community. Long story short, she pulled over, she stopped, she's watching undercover officers, superior officers in rank, right? She's watching what's going on. They see them watching. They tell them in a nutshell, everything is fine here. Keep it pushing, rookie. Right? Everything is fine here. We got this. Keep it pushing, rookie. She sat there and she watched. Then her girlfriend, her partner, was scared. So the partner did, let's go. Let's go. So she eases up. And when the undercovers thought they kept going, when they seen the car moving, they continued to do what they was doing. What he caught one doing was taking drugs out of his pocket and stashing on one of the alleged drug dealers because she searched them and found nothing. She said nothing to her superiors. She witnessed it and still said nothing. Not to internal affairs, not to her shift sergeant, not to anybody but her partner. So with that being said, what she did was, instead of speaking out, she retired.
Right.
She retired because I don't know. To this day, I don't want to ask her why, but as opposed to speaking out, she chose to retire. So with that being said, the cop you saw in the video talking about he's tired. That can be taken from my perspective in a couple of ways. That what he's saying he's tired of, not being able to speak out, tired of holding it in, tired of seeing what he's seeing, tired of cops.
I reject that. I reject that wholeheartedly because you're not going to sit here and say to me that this man or your aunt or uncle, or cousin, family member, or the next man or woman chose to retire because they got too tired of watching and seeing seeing all of this, and they're saying that, because they was in fear for speaking out and they just tired because they didn't want to talk. I reject excuses because let me tell you something. Each man and each woman, every viewer watching and every man or woman walking the planet that is of age and has good common sense knows right from effing wrong. Okay, you're not going to tell me sit here or anyone can justify to me that I got so tired of seeing the injustices that I just quit because it comes down to I was too afraid to speak out because you got this thin blue line, this blue wall of silence, but you put up on the screen all day. If you see something, say something. Call 577 tips. Or here's a hotline number. But none of these police officers in these districts, units, precincts, are speaking out against their own. They rather what? Tired because they're tired. Don't tell me you're tired. I'm tired. Malik's tired. CDL's tired. The men and women out here getting murdered, beat, shot, locked up, getting 20 and 30 years for crimes they didn't do because they were set up, okay? That because they was profiled, because the criminal judicial system in the United States of America is two systems, one for us and one for them, that grossly puts us in prison. So I'm not going for the excuses, sorry, and this is the part of me of us that I try to stay away from because it just infuriates me. I've been behind. Listen, I've been in places half of y'all don't ever want to go and ever want to be.
But you know what?
So I'm not going for the excuses. Damn that. I'm sorry.
But at the same time, like that's one of the first things that we said about this show is that we say things that other people are scared to say. Yeah, so we can't be apologetic about that. Like it is what it is. Yeah, we get heated. Yeah, we have feelings about it because we tired. I understand. On the other hand, okay, so speaking on Malik's family and the story he told, I understand why they did why she did what she did. Right? She's still new to the game, and she already know this is ending really bad real quick because she was not going to be able to stand by and follow the code that they were going to expect her to follow. And that's what I've interpreted as why she left the force. So I get that. But these other clowns, characters, you said something in the beginning. If it doesn't apply to you, it shouldn't bother you. If you're not the one out there killing people and choking them out and putting your knee in their neck and unjustifiably killing people, then you shouldn't worry about these laws, right? The ones who are saying that they're tired is this. There's a couple points here. One, tired of what? You're getting tired of being grouped in with the bad police because you're a good police. Well, that's how the rest of the people of color feel when you group everybody in one big circle. So how does it feel? That's number one. Number two, the truth is this. There are people, they don't have to be as militant as I am or boots on the ground. They don't even have, they could be just passionate, everyday people about tired of seeing the injustices and inequities in this country. They could be totally tired, right? And they will go the extra mile and they are willing to walk off the job and tell the racist boss, F you, I'm out of here, right? And all of that. The police officers who are innocent, right? The ones who don't participate in this, they need to have that same energy. You either stand for something or you fall for anything. And if you're going to fall for anything, you're going to fall with them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand that they're in a rock and a hard place, but at some point, you know, there was an officer some months back who quit and ended up killing himself because he was tired. A black officer who could not handle watching the injustices of seeing his own people getting killed by the forces that he worked for, the principles that he signed up for, and ended up killing himself because he already knew they were coming for him. So at some point, these innocent officers need to be just like the rest of their accomplices.
This is my take.
Blue lives is not a life.
This is my take on silence, right? For the officers that are silent, yeah, for the officers silence against white violence, right? When it comes to white violence in the black and brown community. I don't understand how these dudes, like, if you're not putting that kind of, I'm gonna put a twist on it, right? When I was in the pen behind the wall, you had officers that were snatched up during riots. They, you know, things were done to them. You know, the jail was taken over 2 or 3 days, a day, a half a day. Shit was done to them because you were the focus of the riot. Meaning you was the one known with your beat up squad, you understand, violating dudes, and then dudes got tired of that, and they set it off, and they got at you and the rest of y'all that do that grimy shit. It wasn't the officers that went to work to do their 9 to 5 and get a paycheck and go home that was violated, right? It was always the ones that was known throughout the penitentiary, throughout that prison, that was about the bullshit and with the bullcrap, so to speak. But that being said, I don't understand how cops out here in the street, if you in the same precinct or the same station or the same barracks with me, and I know you out there putting, you know, you violating people in the community, I'm gonna step to you by myself. I'm not going to the chief. I'm not going to the tour commander. I'm gonna pull up on you on my own, out of uniform with my sweats on. Let me have a word with you, partner. And I'm gonna pull you this side. I'm gonna let you know how I feel, because how I feel is this. By you doing what you doing, you make me look bad and you put my life at risk. You understand? If somebody gets tired of cops, hold on. If somebody get tired of cops doing people dirty, I don't want to be that cop that don't violate nobody who get killed because he chose me, because I'm a cop behind the foul shit y'all been doing. That's the reason why I would have stepped to these clowns.
Well, as long as these bad cops keep waking up, choosing violence, and not standing for anything, we're going to continue. Like I was saying before Malik started sharing with us, blue lives is not a matter. Blue lives is not a life, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, no, I'm agreeing with you, Malik.
Yeah, no, I said it's an occupation. It's not a life.
Yes, it's not a life. Yeah. So how can you? There's many white officers that do not have racism. There's many of them that are not racist, but white silence is violence, period. I don't care if you're a cop or you're not a cop, you're in a protest or wherever you're at. The bottom line is, until everybody is standing on the same idea, we will continue to have more George Floyds.
That's right. So with that being said,
And so, like someone was saying earlier in the chat, if this bill passes, there's also other bills in other states that is making illegal to videotape officers.
Florida.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, all they're
crazy.
doing is they're just, you know, saying, okay, they're going to give us a crumb again, but everywhere over here, they're going to put a whole bunch of other laws together that's going to totally trump that, so we can't prove that they're killing nobody anymore.
That's crazy.
Right? So it's like, it's a you know.
Hey, I'm with y'all, but we got the clock is ticking. Let's slide over to the book of the month.
We did that already.
We did that already. We already spoke about the book of the month.
No, we spoke about we spoke about the book of the month. You understand? But I would like to close out about the book of the month. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so we can do that. That's what I was saying. We could do that in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We got some time left.
No Faction says, to me, it's just proof the system is based in supremacy. If my pale ass does something wrong, I'm labeled as troubled or having mental health issues, etc. I am an isolated incident, and we are all bad. We aren't all bad. So I understand what he's saying. He's saying that they give all these justifications to Caucasians, but they don't give the same to people of color.
Hey, this is what I was saying a little while ago about if you don't catch the buzzwords or the catchphrases on the news, you won't know what the hell is going on, who they're talking about.
Yo, in our earliest shows, we spoke about the Constitution of the United States of America.
I'm still with that.
I believe that this whole system has to be dismantled and rebuilt, because no matter how many conversations that you have, I have, or the talk shows have, or the people speak about, what is the solution? Because we know the problem. We can talk about these things all day. We can speak on it. We can get passionate about it. We can comment them all day. We can put them in the newspaper, have them on the news. But there are solutions. This system has to be dismantled, because we can talk about racism from now until all of our tongues catch on the end of the world. We can talk about the next George Floyd, God forbid, but it's going to happen. We can speak about the next Breonna Taylor. We can talk about the next man or woman who, African American man, or Latino man or woman, person of color, who was unjustly arrested, unjustly convicted because of sentencing law, this, that, and other. We're going to have these discussions forever and ever and ever until we get to the root cause. And the system has to be dismantled. That very Constitution of the United States that they say it was for us. Hold on, I'm going to call it for us, by us, was never for us, because it was never drafted nor written or had us in mind, period, point blank. Okay, we know this because historical fact and documents prove it. In 2021 and going backwards proves and shows it. So the system has to be dismantled. I get tired when I hear these people, these politicians, whether you're Republican or Democrat, saying, oh, yada, yada, yada. You get up on your soapbox. It looks good to hold a baby. Look, do your job that the people elected you to do. And I say to everyone out there that's viewing, I keep saying this, as a guy who came from the streets, I never thought about voting. I never thought about getting into politics. I didn't care. I only cared about getting out of the hood, getting bread in my pocket, clothes, money, and hoes. Sorry, I got to say it like that. That's all I cared about until I grew up and matured. Now I know the benefits of voting and putting the people in place, whether it be your school superintendent, your sheriff, or your local officials. When you got the pothole outside, you wonder why my streets is messed up. It's because money has been allocated every year for census, this, that, and other, that most people don't go out and do. So I'm gonna kill that. Let me kill that, because that's a whole nother topic. I want y'all to get in. But listen, the system needs to be dismantled and it needs to be rebuilt. That's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to be talking about, and that's what we need to stand on, because we're going to wake up tomorrow. There's going to be another mass shooting. There's going to be another bombing. There's going to be more people out of work, and they're going to still be talking about COVID. You understand what I'm saying? In all the nonsense. What we going to do? Because I got a plan. CDL got a plan. he got a plan. We'll talk about that plan in further episodes to come. I'm sorry, fellas. I had to get on.
No. That was great. Actually, that was great that you. I'm glad that you mentioned the point about the solution, because one, as of Sunday, there were 12 mass shootings over the weekend. 12 mass shootings over the weekend. 12 mass shootings over the weekend. Children, babies, innocent people getting murdered. Also, real quick, that was in the news, is what the hell going on between Israel and Palestine in the Gaza Strip. They're not really talking about that much. You understand? So mainstream media is not talking about that, don't like. And what I totally disagree with is people out there in the streets and on social media attacking because of their faith. You're attacking the Jewish people, from the people in the Jewish community because they wear a yarmulke. I'm totally against that. Because the Jewish people who are community wearing their yarmulkes, they're not the ones over there sending.
That's a whole. Look, we got 5 minutes, and that's a whole show right there.
That's a whole show.
Yeah.
So we can check.
I just wanted to touch on that, right? Just to enlighten the Jewish people. Huh?
I said, I think we come back next week with that.
Yeah, facts. And I only mention that because you had mentioned
Thursday.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? So with that being said, what's up, CDL? Talk about it. We got a couple of minutes.
Hey, Shani Tahaka Bay is my dude. Like, I watch Moorish TV, Moorish World TV every day. So if y'all, that's another good YouTube show, Taraka Bay, Moorish World TV. He talk about some good stuff. Anyways, so again, just for those who are coming in late, because I see a whole bunch of y'all came in late. Let me go ahead and show you this. This is our book of the month. For those of you who are new back to the show, weren't here in the beginning, we revamped the show in a lot of ways. This is the book of the month, State of Emergency by Tamika Mallory. We're going to read it as a collective, our viewers as well as ourselves, with an open mind and an open heart, and a desire to have new information, right? So we're going to read this together. We'll discuss it at the end of the month, 25th of next month, and then we'll pick a next book then. So with that being said, I'm glad that you guys showed up tonight. I'm glad that Oran and Malik showed up tonight.
Yes, indeed.
I'm glad I showed up tonight. Anyways, we love y'all. We're finna go. Most important thing, we're on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. I'm sorry. We are Tuesdays and Thursdays regularly now, not Mondays. So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. So please share the information, share our pages, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Also, let us know who you are. Also, for sure. Also, let us know who you are on social media so we can support what you do on social media. So we can support your page on social media. Yeah, we don't want to support us. Let us know your social media platform so we can plug who
let us know about your business. Let us know about your business, your book, or whatever it is you're doing, so we can support you as well and put you out there. You know what I mean? We got nothing but love for y'all. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you, and share.
So with that said,
you're breaking up, Malik. We can't hear you. You're breaking up really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
All right, if you get me, Google Tamika Mallory for the listeners and the viewers, and check Tamika Mallory out, and you'll see what she's about, and you understand why her book.
Okay, what he said was, go ahead and Google Tamika Mallory, find out what she's about and what she got going on, get that book. It's $15.60 on Amazon, and get with it. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. We will have a guest on Thursday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all.
With that being said, Be safe. See y'all Thursday.